Hello, my dear students. Exams are just around the corner, right? And I know there's one chapter that always comes up, India's size and location. It looks simple, but getting those facts right is so important. So, in the next few minutes, we are going to revise it all, super quickly, so you can ace this section with full confidence.
Are geography exams giving you tension? Tension nahi lena, bilkul nahi. We are going to make this chapter ekdam simple. Just stick with me and I promise you'll remember all the important details so easily.
Okay, chalo bachcho. Let's start our first mission. Imagine we have to give India an address on the entire globe. What would it be? Let's pinpoint its exact location on the world map, shall we? So, the first part of our global address is very simple. India is located entirely in the northern hemisphere. See here? It's completely above that big line, the equator. That's the first key piece of our puzzle. Easy, right? Now for the specifics, the exact numbers that define our country's boundaries. From south to north, India stretches from 8 degrees 4 minutes north to 37 degrees 6 minutes north. And from west to east, it's 68 degrees 7 minutes east to 97 degrees 25 minutes east. Butcha, these numbers are super important. They love to ask these in exams, so definitely remember them. Now think of the Tropic of Cancer. You see it at 23.5 degrees north. It's like an imaginary line that cuts right through the middle of our country. And this isn't just some random line on a map, okay? It's what gives India its special climate zones, tropical in the south and subtropical in the north. So, we've figured out India's location, but what about its size? Just how big is our country? Let me tell you, the numbers might just surprise you. There you go, 3.28 million square kilometers. Wow. To put that in perspective for you, India's land makes up about 2.4% of the entire planet's land area. It's a huge country. And our boundaries? They are just as impressive. The land boundary, where we are connected to our neighbors, is about 15,200 kilometers long. And our beautiful coastline, if you include our islands, stretches for over 7,500 kilometers. That's a lot of beautiful beaches. So, where does that massive area put us in the world ranking? Well, this chart makes it super clear. India is the 7th largest country in the whole world by area. That is a key point to remember for any exam. Okay, next up is a really interesting time puzzle. Have you ever wondered why your friend in Arunachal Pradesh sees the sunrise almost 2 hours before your friend in Gujarat, but both of their watches show the exact same time? How is that possible? Well, the answer is a very clever idea. Because India is so wide, we picked one central line, the standard meridian, at 82 degrees 30 minutes east, and we set one single time for the entire country based on it. This is our Indian Standard Time, or IST. Simple. Here's a fun way to remember this. The sun says good morning to Arunachal Pradesh first, and by the time it reaches Gujarat 2 hours later, it's already had a cup of chai. But our clocks, they all stay together, no matter what. All right, we now know India's size and its location. But this position on the map isn't just about numbers. It's very important for us. Let's see how India is connected with the rest of the world. Just look at this map, Beta. You can see India's location is truly special. We're right at the head of the Indian Ocean, like a natural bridge connecting Europe and Africa in the west with Southeast and East Asia. Our long coastline has been a gateway for trade and new ideas for thousands of years. And speaking of trade, here's a fun fact. A huge game changer was the opening of the Suez Canal back in 1869. It cut the sea distance between India and Europe by a massive 7,000 kilometers. Can you just imagine how much faster that made trade and travel? Amazing! To complete our picture of India's place in the world, we need to know who lives next door, right? So let's take a quick tour of our neighboring countries. This beautiful map shows all the countries we share our borders with. We have neighbors connected by land and some that are across the sea. Let's go through them one by one. So, to our northwest, we have Pakistan and Afghanistan. In the north, it's China, Nepal, and Bhutan. Over to the east are Myanmar and Bangladesh. And finally, our southern sea neighbors are the beautiful island nations of Sri Lanka and the Maldives. All right, we've covered so much. Now it's time to face the final boss. A quick exam revision. Let's lock in all this knowledge with a couple of common exam questions to test what you've learned. Ready? First question for you. What is the easternmost longitude of India?
Take a look at the options. Think back to the numbers we just discussed. What do you think?
Yes, the correct answer is A, 97 degrees 25 minutes east. This is the longitude line that passes through Arunachal Pradesh. Well done if you got it right.
Okay, next question. Look at the map of India in your mind. Which group of islands is located in the Arabian Sea?
That would be the Lakshadweep Islands. It's a very common point of confusion. But remember this, Andaman and Nicobar Islands are in the Bay of Bengal, while Lakshadweep is in the Arabian Sea. Don't mix them up.
So, to wrap it all up, if you remember nothing else, please remember these 3 key facts. India's latitudinal extent, its standard meridian at 82 degrees 30 minutes east, and its rank as the 7th largest country in the world.
And that's a wrap. I really hope this revision makes your exam prep a little bit easier. All the very best with your studies, my dear children. I'll leave you with one final thought. With its unique size and strategic location, what role do you think India will play on the world stage over the next 50 years? Something to think about. Thank you for watching.